Hey friends, it's Danica from the Plum Organic Beauty in San Francisco. I am here with a lovely model today who have already started this half of his haircut. And because we have 6 more weeks of quarantine in San Francisco, I thought I'd bring a little at-home haircut for your short-haired partner. And this is a clipper cut. So before I just did a quick cleanup, but this is gonna be an actual clipper cut. So what you'll need are clippers. You'll need guards, comb, and then I'll also be using shears, a razor, and a thinning shear. You can get all of those items on sallybeautysupply.com. And let's get started. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, I've already done this part of Craig's hair. So I'm just gonna show you what you can already see is how I've blended it up here. Even this has been not cut at all, and this has been clippered into that. So I'm using a cordless clipper, and I started with, I have guards 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the guard number 5 that I started with, and then we're gonna work our way down. And when you put it in, you wanna go straight up and out. So it's almost like a flick of the wrist where you want it to blend in with the rest of the hair. So you're not going straight in or angling this way, you're kind of going up and around, up and around. If you go straight in, you'll create little lines in the hair. And so you do this exact movement all the way around the head, and you want to do it evenly. So I'm creating it right about here as my stop line. See that? Okay, and let's have you turn to the side. And then around the side, same idea. Just blending it up. So see how I keep that line? Okay, and then I'm gonna go back in and do a cleanup of all this stuff. Okay, then you can turn back around. But now, we've simply just created that line all the way around the head that I can use as blending. Okay, now, a lot of people wanna fade, and if you're doing that and you just wanna buzz the whole head, but you wanna have a style, what you can do is start with your largest guard, and then what you'll do is do a whole shave with your largest guard, and then we'll work our way down with, so this is 5, I'm gonna go down to a 3 from the 5, just so that I can show you how to blend this up a little bit more. Are you enjoying doing this yourself at home? I bet you are. Okay, so this is actually what I put on just now. It's too small. It's okay, we're doing it at home, we're doing it together. Okay, so I picked up 2 instead of the 3. So we're clipped in, and then for this one, what you're gonna do, because you're trying to create like a fade going up, right? So we're just gonna take that in, and I'm only doing this right at the bottom. Between there's this side, and then that side's still a little thick. And I'm doing a pretty minimal job on Craig because he doesn't want a huge amount of fade. I'm just doing it for your benefit so you can see what I'm doing. And it's still the same flick of the wrist, okay? And then that way you're just creating this nice little gradation. Now I don't do a lot of men's hair, so I'm not the perfect person to be showing you this, but I am a good person to be showing you this, so this is what we're doing. Okay. Alright, and what I've done there is I've just used this curvature of his head, and that's where I've blended up into. So you could take this a lot shorter if you wanted to, and then I'm going to show you how you blend it if that's what you do. Because if you're at home, This is actually not very easy to do, and have it look even. It can look like there's steps in the hair. So once I've done that last fade, what I'm going to do is take these thinning shears and go in and blend the two sections. Okay, can you stand up for me for just a second? Okay, I see. Wait. We're doing it. We're good. It's fine. Okay. Just so that they can see a little better. Okay. That's how we're getting that faded blend. And the same thing is true right here. Now you might be afraid to take your shears to cut this longer hair of your short-haired person, you know, because sometimes we don't know how to get that all even, so that's where our thinning shears come in really handy, because they're going to do the work for you. Okay, so we're going to go around the head and blend that, and we're going to do a heavier job right where that line ends. So this is where our line is, so that's where I'm going to do my most thinning. See how all of a sudden now, oops, sorry, the difference between right here and then right here where it hasn't been done. Chunky right there. So watch, you're going to watch that disappear. See that? See how it's starting to disappear? So I've been seeing a lot of these videos where people are not hairdressers and they're like, look what a good job I did. And I'm like, you didn't do a good job. So I'm showing you how to do a good job. Okay. And the number one reason people don't do a good job is because they're not blending the section where they finished, or they're cutting in too deep and then they have too many lines, okay? So you can see how blended that is now. And I'm just gonna do it on the sides as well. And Craig wants you to know that he's super psyched that he married a hairdresser. So you guys see how I'm doing that. And what's nice with the thinning shears is you can't really mess up with the thinning shears. I mean, if you went in too much, you could, but they really do a good job of protecting you. And this is not necessarily how I'd normally do this haircut in a salon, but this is a great way to do it at home, so that you're keeping, you know, your short-haired person's hair even and together. Already looks really nice. It looks really, I think it's cute. Okay. So now this is the next side. Okay, so all that's blended. And then you can do the same thing with the top. If you don't want to use a shear on there, you just go through the top the same way. And these shears shorten it and texturize it, which is really a cute look. I'm doing kind of a quick job so you guys see what I'm doing, but there you go. He's all blended. I'm just gonna have you, oh, too late. Okay, other way. So now you see he's all blended. Now Craig's hair is, he's got white coming across, so that's just his white hair, but he's nice and blended all throughout. And then he'll have this nice texture on the top of his hair. So let's move on to the hairline. So you can also use a clipper on the hairline. You can also use like a beard trimmer on the hairline if you want to. But I'm just gonna use the clipper I have. And what you wanna do with the clipper is be really careful when you're going around the hairline not to go in this way or too deep. You're just following. I'm gonna see if I can hold the camera while I do it. Okay, so I'm gonna have you, Craig, I'm gonna have you hold your ear. This. There we go. So you're just gonna, let's see if I can do this. This is talent, people. Okay. Just coming in like this, and you're just following along that hairline. Okay, and then as you get closer down here, what you don't want to do is create a line that takes out the hairline here. What you want to do is just take out what's naturally already just a little excess hair around the hairline. So a lot of times I've seen people that are cutting at home, they tend to cut in and cut across, but you really want to keep that natural hairline. That's what's going to allow it to grow in a little bit more naturally. As it grows in, you won't get that like shaved line that's coming in. Okay, see how Craig's, you can let your ear go, honey. So his natural hairline's there. So instead of chopping that off, I'm just gonna take the clippers. Let's see if my hand's in the way. And then just, you know, softly go up to that hair as opposed to just cutting it off. Okay, and then if you could do your other ear. Awesome. Okay, and so see how his hairline is extra here? So this is the extra hair right here, but this is how you can tell is this hair is growing up and around, whereas this hair is just naturally formed. And so a lot of times what I like to do is just go in this way because that'll keep you informed of where the hairline is. Let me do it this way, that's better. See that? And then you're not taking that out. And then I'll clean that up with the razor at the end. Okay, and then we're going around the ear. Up and around. Okay, then you can drop your ear. And then this hair here, same thing, just up and around. And you just don't want to go too high because then it doesn't look natural. Okay, let me get this little stuff here. And we can do a little bit around here. Okay, here we are, around the ear. And the reason you don't want to go too high in there is because you'll create a hole around the ear. Okay, and then he's got a little extra hair here, so you can use your clipper for that, but then we can also go in with the scissors. And then finally, what I like to do, if you could look all the way down for me, I usually would take my comb here, but I can't, I only have 2 hands, so I'm just gonna clean it up with this little straight razor, and you can get one with a guard so that you feel safe using it. And that way you can just clean all this hair up, you know, that's all down around here. Because for men's hair, a lot of times people will just do the hairline and then they forget that there's like this excess stuff. So I like to go all the way around the neck. Okay. And then, oh, that's good, we got it. Okay. If you do have shears, what I like to do to make this even cleaner, so you can see his hairline looks pretty natural, but some of these hairs down here for a lot of men or women with short hair, they just tend to stick out. So I take my little comb and I put it in like this, and then I use the shears to just cut that little extra hair out. And that's the final blending at the bottom. And I do that just right on these sides. And then they have this nice clean hairline. See, nice and natural. Let's go around to his front and see how it just blends in, and I haven't even used it. Oh, I haven't even used a shear on it, so this is just his white hair and the dark hair blending in. But, sorry, you're so... So, let's see. So yeah, and see then I just used the texturizer on this, so I didn't even touch that with a scissor. And that's my cute husband. That's what he looks like.
For better or worse, right?
Okay, so that's my quickie little clipper cutting at home. If you have any questions, you can totally DM me. We've been sitting in the sun and trying to enjoy the weather. And Craig said yesterday he wasn't sure if in solidarity he should not get a haircut, but you know, I told him he didn't have to do that. So good luck, you guys. If you need anything, I'm happy to FaceTime with you, and hope you're having a great day. Bye.